Hey, it's Archer again. Today I want to talk to you about how to get on police rotation. Whenever I'm talking to someone who's interested in getting into the towing business, sometimes they ask about getting on police rotation. As we've discussed in previous videos and articles, there are various types of business models in the towing business, and police towing is one of them. Police towing is considered non-consensual towing as it can include some or all of the following. Accident towing, illegal parking, abandoned vehicle towing, as well as towing a car after an arrest. Now, the reason that it's called non-consensual is because, the individual may or may not be consenting to have you tow the vehicle. Just think about it. If they're in an accident and they're going away in an ambulance, they can't tell the police or whomever that, yes, have this towing company tow my car. So there's a need for non-consensual towing. I just want you to be aware of that. There's a big difference between consensual towing, which is also sometimes gone or called retail towing, right, or cash customer towing. But this is a very needed service in the towing industry. So while the idea of working for law enforcement may be attractive based on either the perceived prestige it provides or the money that can be made, there are certain requirements you must meet to get on police rotation. Okay, it's not as easy as you think, but there are a couple of challenges here that make it difficult for me to provide you with the specific requirements for getting on police rotation in your area. The first is the fact that the governing bodies who administer police rotation vary from location to location. Okay, in some instances, it's the city police. They handle the rotation, while in other areas, there's a central dispatch that handles rotation for city and county, and even sometimes the highway patrol. Some areas, the city council are in charge, and in other areas, there's even a thing called a third-party dispatching company, which may be a company located in an entirely other state that is the gatekeeper, and they're the ones that decide whether or not you get on rotation. Anyway, the second challenge is that the requirements to get on rotation vary as well. In some areas, all you need are a couple of trucks, the right amount of insurance, and the ability to be available 24 hours a day. In other areas, you may need half a dozen trucks, including heavies and a sizable storage facility located within a certain distance from the center of the city. What I'll provide here is an overview of the steps involved in getting on rotation, as well as the items to consider prior to contacting whomever handles police rotation in your area. Regardless of what type of non-consensual towing you provide, when working for law enforcement, you need to have a piece of property where you can safely store vehicles. And depending on your location-specific requirements, not only must the vehicles be stored where unauthorized public access is prohibited, but you may even be required to have 24-hour video monitoring. Your storage facility must be accessible to the public for vehicle pickup, and you may even be required to provide 24-hour availability. I've seen it happen in some states. And since you're handling cars on your property, you'll also need to carry garage keeper's insurance to insure against any loss while at your facility or damage. Towing companies and tow truck operators themselves may need to obtain certain licenses and permits. In some states, your tow truck operators will need to attain a certain level of certification before being allowed to provide non-consensual tows. For example, in Texas, there are 3 levels of tow operator licenses. The first level is consent tow license. They want you to come to tow their vehicle. The second one is private property license, and then the last one is incident management license, accidents. Of course, this varies from state to state. In Illinois, in order to do non-consensual tows, you need what's called a relocator's license. While in some states, the requirement to provide non-consensual towing services are not as stringent, the industry standard is moving in that direction. There's going to be more certifications required. Besides, it will be in your best interest to be as qualified and experienced as possible before attempting to get on police rotation. Part of the requirements may include regular inspections of your facilities and trucks to ensure that your trucks and equipment are properly licensed, lettered, and in good working order. Your storage lot must meet the requirements set by the police rotation agreement, which may include certain types of fencing, lighting, video surveillance, and public access for retrieving vehicles. Your employees may also need to pass regular background checks prior to working with the police department. Some departments have this legal requirement put in place to decrease exposure to liability and to ensure the motorists they serve remain protected at all times. Lastly, you want to ensure that your business remains in good standing with law enforcement. Their job is to protect and serve the public, and your job is to support the police. Okay, that's it for now. This is Archer signing off For more information on growing your towing business, visit thetowacademy.com.